This man just picked a few wild berries off the road. I was surprised to see that the cannibal's trap was triggered, just in the nick of time. He raised the sword in his hand in time to cut the vines. With the cannibal flower back in its original form, the metal ball around him began to teach him the laws of the jungle. Not eat, just waiting to be eaten. But at this point, the man could not understand the meaning of the words. All he remembers is waking up in a glass jar. Doesn't remember who he is. Only a metal ball kept asking her if she was hungry. You must be hungry. Or the man was then taken to the jungle again by the metal ball. The great sword is drawn. The great sword is drawn. And he was told he was some kind of so-called chosen one. If we can just get out of this maze, and you'll be truly free. The man didn't care to step on it at first. But when we came to a wilderness, while preparing to drink from a small pool of water, the hunger in his belly drove him to pick up the sword. It's a chase against a little beetle. Encouraged by the metal ball, he's finally done his first hunt. But this time, the prey was apparently just a cub. It's not enough for him. And after hitting the pups, it's sure to attract protective parents. The man struggles, but he's no match for them. I was about to become food for the other side. The sky suddenly exploded with thunder, or while the monster's attention is drawn. In his panic, he reached for the sword at hand. It's in the monster's head. Finally, enough meat. Men are beginning to understand what it means to not eat and wait to be eaten. But that very night, suddenly heavy footsteps sounded on the moors. Metal Ball says it's a hungry ghost in the maze. It's at the top of the food chain, but only by defeating them and eating them, to gain more power. So it was under the guidance of the metal ball. And so the man begins his journey to the top. Although at first he faced, most predators can only run away. But his strength grows. He came back soon after, turning all those monsters into their own upgrading experience. With the man's strength recognized by the metal ball, they're finally inside the ruins of the final showdown. There's a way out of the maze, but the ghosts around him obviously weren't going to let him off the hook. Just as a thunderous hissing noise, a gorilla with a reddish glow fell from the sky. The man gave a steely look. He's already put countless enemies at his feet. There's nothing to be afraid of this time. Unfortunately, he overestimated himself. He's so weak that the gorillas don't even want to eat him. The man fell to the ground, unable to comprehend. Isn't he the chosen one? Why was it so easy to defeat? It was as if the metal ball had anticipated it. Suddenly, she opened her mouth and entered the man's body. There's no such thing as the chosen one. A man is just a vessel he cultivates. It's a tool to help him get out of the maze. With the metal ball showing its true strength, the gorilla that was just unbeatable is instantly devoured. But the exit was right in front of us. The man's desperation exploded into a surprising amount of will. He reached right into your heart. As soon as he pulled the metal ball out, you're the one who's trapped. The metal ball, however, did not speak. Just come to the exit. Disappointed, he watched as the gate was resealed. This is the closest he's ever come to getting out. But I didn't think it would work out. Good thing he's got all the time in the world. Not long after, a new body has been birthed in the lab. As it breaks out of its shell, the metal ball once again uttered the words that had been repeated countless times. You must be hungry.